In this session, we are going to see about the lex. So in previous video, we have seen about the introduction about a language for specifying lexical analyzer. In this video, we are going to see the part of it called as lex. Lex is a lexical analyzer generator. It is a tool. Recent version of this lex is Flex, F-L-E-X, Flex, which allows one to specify a lexical analyzer by specifying regular expression to describe patterns for tokens. And Flex always describes the patterns for tokens based on the regular expressions by specifying its regular expression. Lex always a lexical analyzer which takes the input and produces stream of tokens. Lexical analyzer, right? And this lex is a tool for generating the lexical analyzer phase. So the lexical analyzer is going to take the input and produces what? Stream of tokens. And that lexical analyzer must be generated by a tool. No, that tool name is called as lex, which takes the lex language as input and produces a C compiler. Lex.l, say for example, lex is the file name, .l is the extension of the lex language. So lex.l is the lex language. That file name is given here. That file is given here, for which it produces a C output with .c extension, which in turn given to a C compiler so that it produces a lexical analyzer phase itself. And that phase will be taking the input characters so that it produces what? Stream of tokens that we have seen in the previous video itself. So under this lex, we are going to see 4 different topics. The first one is use of lex. Second one is structure of lex program. Third, conflict resolution in lex. And the fourth one is look ahead operator. The first one, use of lex. So input to this use of lex is lex.l, and the output of this final output is a.out. So this we have seen already. Again, I'm going to repeat the same here. So the creation of a lexical analyzer with lex. So the lex compiler is going to have what? Lex.l. It produces a .c extension file, and which will be given as input to the C compiler, and it produces what? A.out, which is a lexical analyzer phase. And this lexical analyzer phase is going to take the input stream so that it produces what? Sequence of tokens, stream of tokens. And the second topic is structure of a lex program. What is the structure of a program? Every program has its own structure. So you have to write the program in that order only. So that like that lex program, this .l extension file, no, that program how we have to write. How we have to write that program. So the structure of the lex program is, first it must have a declaration part, then it must have the separators, and then it has a translation rules, and again the separators. This is the separators of the translation rule between declaration and auxiliary functions, and at last you will be having auxiliary functions. So declaration is going to include the declarations of what? Variables, manifest constants, id, like that. And translation rules are what are all the patterns, what action to be taken for that. That is, what are all the rules for that rule, what should be taken. If it is LT, then less than should be checked. That is EQ, then it is equal to must be checked. Like that, the rules will be defined here. And then the auxiliary functions, the additional function used in actions. For this action, what are all the additional functions you are using, that will be defined in auxiliary function. So remember, it must start with a declaration followed by translation rules, and it is followed by auxiliary functions. This is the structure of the lex program. The remaining concepts, third and fourth concept, we'll be seeing in the next video. Thank you.